My sister-in-law used her husband's death to get closer to my husband, then started demanding I divorce him so she can be with him instead. My sister-in-law, Lisa, lost her husband 1 year ago, and in the aftermath, reached out to my husband, Rick, for help. They hung out a lot without me, and I remember coming home to them sleeping in our bed. Neither of them understood why I was angry. They weren't facing each other and were clothed. Regardless, it made me uncomfortable, and I asked Lisa to leave. Well, the next day, my husband invited her over without saying anything. I remember opening the door to her crying and she ran into his arms. Before anyone said anything, she demanded I leave the room as she had something to say but didn't feel comfortable telling me. I teared up and went to the other room, and then I heard Lisa moaning. I got up and went in and I could not believe what I saw. They were making out. My entire world shattered right in front of my eyes. I ran out because I was going to vomit right there and locked myself in my room. An hour later, Rick walked in and wouldn't even look at me. He mumbled something and went and sat on the bed. I was so angry that he wouldn't even look at me that I almost left right there. I asked him what the hell was going on with him and my sister-in-law. He sat there for a few minutes without saying anything while I was crying my eyes out until I finally yelled at him to answer me. He whispered that he loved her. At this point, I lost it. I started yelling, how could he do this to me? Do these past 10 years mean nothing to him? I literally dropped to my knees and asked how could he betray me with my own sister-in-law and then tell me he loves her. He was quiet the entire time until I stopped yelling. He said that he had been regretting not experimenting with other women before we got married and that he shouldn't have married the first girl he was with. I was stunned and asked if he even ever loved me. He said yes, but that after spending time with my sister-in-law, he realizes she is who he wants to be with. I had no words. I didn't have any clue what to say. All my life was falling apart in front of my eyes, and I was scared. In that moment, I dropped a bombshell on him. I told him I might be pregnant. It was the truth. He didn't freak out, however, and said that he would support me. He also said that he was leaving me to go be with my sister-in-law. He apologized to me and told me I deserved better than him and that he will do whatever he can to help me and the baby. And if I agree to divorce him, he will give me everything. He just wants out of our marriage. In that moment, I felt like I hated him and never wanted to see him again, so I screamed at him, fine. Just get the F out. You ruined my life? I hope you are effing happy, you piece of crap. And then he had the audacity to try to hug me. I flipped out and pushed him off of me. Someone knocked on the door, then he told me that he still loved me and we would figure everything out and left. I decided to call my parents and tell them what happened. My mom dropped a bombshell on me that my sister-in-law told her that she had feelings for my husband and that she wanted to be with him. Right now, I am sitting on the computer, looking up lawyers in my area.